There's always a special excitement on opening day, especially when it's a big game, as it is for both the Lions and the Bears before sold-out Soldier Field crowd. Well, there's Mike Ditka, who's always the center and the swirl of controversy. You saw Jim Harbaugh warming up. The Bears have won the toss. He'll get his chance first, and the kickoff by the Lions, and the kick is returned by Mark Green, who brings it out beyond the 30-yard line. So Jim Harbaugh, who played every game for the Chicago Bears last year, first quarterback in 11 seasons to do so in his offensive front. Troy Orzin, the rookie, with Mark Bortz, Jerry Fontenot for Hilgenberg, who was traded to Cleveland, Tom Thayer, Keith Van Horn, and Keith Jennings, a big tight end. Neil Anderson and Brad Muster should be healthy this season. They're the running backs. And a good set of wide receivers, Wendell Davis and Tom Waddle. They'll come out with 3 wide receivers and the rookie Robert Porcher, the #1 draft pick, on a 4-man defensive front for the Lions on 3rd and 10. And it looked like one of the Lions had jumped offside. Here's Harbaugh trying to scamper for the first down yardage. He is shy by about a yard, a gain of 9, but let's see what that penalty is. It looked like one of the Lions had gone over. It was a year ago in the opening game against Minnesota when Waddle first burst on the scene. What an impact he made. So a first down on the 46 of the Lions. Harbaugh has some time, completes it to Brad Muster out of the backfield, and Muster will be close to another Chicago first down. The tackle is made by Dennis Gibson and Chris Spielman, the inside linebackers.
You know, Dick, you mentioned the fact of Muster and Anderson had some hamstring problems. The Bears are excited about having these two guys healthy, and no more than Muster. He is exciting out of the backfield. You see the way he can swing out. He's almost Harbaugh's security blanket. Harbaugh knows where this guy is at all times. Things break down, he'll give it to Muster.
Second down and 2 on the Lions' 38-yard line. No score, first quarter. Neil Anderson cuts toward the middle and has enough for the first down inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 5 yards for Anderson, who patched up his differences with Mike Ditka about a week ago. Ditka and Anderson had not communicated for a year.
Just two stubborn people, and they were so stubborn they wouldn't talk to each other. But that last play, though, Dick, we saw with that carry, good example. Watch the pursuit all come that way, and then Anderson cut back. Watch Jerry Ball on the nose against Fontenot, 67. Works onside. Look at the bodies on the bodies. Bortz and Ozine backside. Had their people covered.
Dennis Gibson made the tackle and a first down on the 33 of Detroit. Here comes Anderson with Muster blocking outside. Neil Anderson turns the corner and is out of bounds at the 30-yard line after a pickup of 3. Melvin Jenkins was pursuing on that play. Neil Anderson came into the game 19 yards behind the great Gale Sayers. He needs 8 yards to surpass Sayers to move into the #3 spot in the all-time Bear rushing list. You know who's #1, of course.
Oh, it's easy. I mean, you put Gale Sayers and Anderson together, they don't have as many as Walter. But it's funny, Gale Sayers did what he did in 7 parts of 7 seasons.
Out of the eye, second down and 7 for the Bears. And here is Muster, the up back. Loses a helmet. One of the Lions lost his helmet. And Muster is down to close to another first down. He's short by about a yard. Ray Crockett and George Jameson made the tackle for Detroit. It was Jameson who lost his helmet.
Muster's a deceiving back because at his size and at his weight, you don't expect him to come at you as quick as he does. But he gets on top of you. Look at Jameson right there. It just like a can opener. Pried that thing right off the top of his head. But Muster's a guy you like to see him run. He can block. He can run. He can catch. In fact, defensive coordinator Woody Woodenhofer says he is the guy as far as we're concerned. He is their most complete football player.
Over Anderson and everyone else on the Bears. Third down and 2. Waddle goes in motion. Pressure on Harbaugh. The pass is caught, but it'll be enough for a first down for the Bears. Wendell Davis with a 4-yard gain makes his first reception of the game, and he's going to catch a lot for the Bears this season. Bears are looking for more balance this year offensively. They threw a lot more than they wanted to a year ago. And a first down on the Lion 21. Here is Anderson. Cuts inside, and a good move by Neil Anderson. He couldn't make that play a year ago, and he is down at the 16-yard line for a pickup of 6. Making the stop, Michael Kofer and Benny Blade. James Thornton is on injured reserve. Jennings has come out, and Kelly Blackwell, a rookie free agent, has come in the game as tight end. First down, Harbaugh dumps it off to Anderson. It's going to be a foot race to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown, and the Bears lead. Anderson is shaken up. He was racing for the corner of the end zone with Michael Kofer chasing him. He got there, but he may have paid for it.
Nice job by Jim Harbaugh. Looks right, looks left, nothing open. Where is he? There he is. Flips it out to Anderson. Anderson, pure speed, foot race, goes, lands right on the football. Is Jim Harbaugh happy? First drive, 92. Yes.
They used 7 minutes and 44 seconds of this first quarter on the opening drive to take a 6-0 lead. They hope that Trace Armstrong is healthy this year. Steve McMichael. Chris Zorich gets the start, and Richard Dent, the veteran, who is slimmed down. John Roper, Mike Singletary, and Jim Morrissey are the linebackers. Donnell Wilford and Lemuel Stinson, the cornerbacks, and Mark Carrier, and Marcus Paul is playing for the injured Sean Gale as its strong safety. 3 wide receivers at the top of the picture. Here comes a blitz by the Bears. Pete gets it off, and it's intercepted. Lemuel Stinson. And there's a flag after the play as Lemuel Stinson kicked off the pass and ran it back 46 yards into Lion territory.
We're going to have, I think, an unnecessary roughness on the end of that play. But it doesn't take much for a throw to qualify as a bad throw, or if you look at it from the defensive standpoint, a good play. And Stinson gets right in front of Green and gets that ball right there. That's Barry Sanders coming in the last minute as he was stepping out of bounds, and Sanders is the one that gets the penalty.
They were 12-4 last year. Pretty impressive record. That franchise mark for most victories. Second down and 9 on the 20-yard line. And the pass knocked away. Oh, it's caught by Waddle. Tom Waddle made the catch. He had Ray Crockett all over him. Harbaugh holding for Kevin Buckner. And the kick is good. So an impressive first drive by the Bears, a turnover and a field goal. It's 10-0 Chicago.
There's Mel Gray, 2 new Bear faces here. There you see Spellman, 90, the #1 pick rookie, almost gets him. But now the new old face, Kevin, the enforcer, Butler, cuts down Jimmy Johnson, makes the play on the returner Gray. I was wrong. I mean, he is a tough guy.
You were complaining that he was yelling from the sidelines. He's backed it up with that block. Zorich getting a chance to start. I wouldn't say he's very tall, and as Mike Ditka says, you can eat soup off his head. But
he plays tall. You know, he really does. He's 6'1", he's 280. They call him short. Steve McMichael's 6'2", 275. Is he big? You know, I think it's all a matter of what you have achieved, and Chris just hasn't achieved much yet.
Second down and 3 at the 40-yard line. Rodney Pete's pass, and wide open is Brett Perriman. He's going to get to the 5 and get in for the touchdown. So quickly the Lions strike back on a 40-yard pass play. First and 10 on the 19-yard line. Neil Anderson's getting a breather. Mark Green is in there, and on the first down, there's Keith Jennings, the big tight end, with a 13-yard reception from Jim Harbaugh, and a first down for the Bears. Dennis Gibson making the tackle.
Jennings not a speed merchant. I mean, he's 6'5", 265. Used to be a wide receiver when he was back at Clemson University. But, you know, Jennings now, they say he weighs 260. Dick Asher said 257 on Friday. But I tell you, I'm on the field standing next to this guy here. I mean, if he's 257, then I must be the next refrigerator, because this guy doesn't look very big.
Ike Ditka says if he ever realizes how good he is, he's going to be quite a player. First down on the 32 for the Bears. Harbaugh. Green out of the backfield. And he may have another first down. It'll be close. Melvin Jenkins on the tackle. They go to Muster. He's got the first down and more. Approaching midfield, a gain of 7 yards up the middle with Chris Spielman making the stop. In the first series, it was Muster and Anderson with most of the yardage for their score.
Muster makes a good quick cut right there. He sees the hole in the middle and he takes it. He's got that type of explosive speed.
First down for the Bears on their 48-yard line. Here's Mark Green. Penalty marker is down as Mark Green goes off right tackle. And Mark Spindler downfield making the tackles. Troy Orzine, the rookie, playing left tackle. Jimbo Colbert has retired. Stan Thomas, who started a year ago at that spot, now backing up on the right side, so a lot of pressure on Orzine. Second down and 4. There goes Hinnant again in motion. Rodney Peete fires, and it's caught. Pass caught by Herman Moore. And a good run after the catch as he brings it out to the 40-yard line. And a gain of 19 yards for the Lions.
And now's the challenge time for the Detroit defense. They can't let the Bears get a first down here. They want to give their offense the ball back in Bear territory.
Darren Lewis making his first appearance in the game with a good run after a cut up the middle of 8 yards. Darren Lewis, Mark Green, Anderson, and Muster. Spielman made the tackle, and we're seeing all 4 running backs in this first half.
Well, here we are. Ball and Fontenot going at it in the middle. Little double team action, though. Here comes Thayer. He mauled him before. He mauls him again. Thayer pushes ball out of the way, and that's exactly where the 216-pound Lewis cut back into.
Here's where ball lines up right on the ball. Third down and 2, and Harbaugh will throw. Pass is caught by Anderson. It'll be a Chicago first down. Chased out of bounds by Melvin Jenkins.
Very important possession there for the Bears.
Harbaugh's pass wide open is Darren Lewis out of the backfield. Lewis brings it out to the 43-yard line. A pickup of 24 yards on the swing pass with White and Blades covering.
From this angle, watch the Detroit defense. When Harbaugh looks over here, no one goes over there. Everybody's going left. They're all going in the opposite direction. Not Lewis. Here's a guy that ran his heart out in the Southwestern Conference at A&M. The guy is a great running back. They have him listed as a fullback, but Ditka says, hey, the only reason this guy's listed as a fullback is because we're only carrying 4, and I wanted 2 on each side.
So this is the way the rushing numbers stack up as Anderson moves into third place behind Caceres and Payton.
I gave you some idea, just an inkling of how great Walter Payton was here in Chicago. Amazing athlete.
And there is Gale Sayers, the Kansas Comet, who had his own career cut short with a very tough injury against the 49ers here at Soldier Field. Jim Harbaugh gets some pressure from behind. He takes off. Harbaugh avoided a loss, and now will scamper to midfield, a gain of 4 yards. Benny Blades
on a quick hitting run or a little flare pass.
One timeout left for the Lions, and wide open down the sideline is Green, and he is pushed out of bounds by Marcus Paul. That will stop the clock with 39 seconds remaining.
Now Barry Sanders is strong. Barry Sanders is really quick. But Richard Dent does okay too. 270-pound guy with great speed, great agility, and he's not letting go until he knows he is down.
He has slimmed down. He says, I'm in a Fred Dean mode this year. He has slimmed down a lot to be quicker, and 260 pounds.
Well, I asked Mike Ditka on Friday, well, Mike, can Richard Dent still do it? And Mike looked right over across the desk at me and said, hey, Does he still want to do it? It's a very important thing as far as mine's concerned with his football players. That desire has got to stay there. That fire in the belly's got to be there.
First down on the 12-yard line. Mike Hinnon, the tight end, is in motion, and Rodney Peete goes down. And that's the first sack of the game, and it goes to Trace Armstrong. And a loss of 6 yards.
And he went right over, through, around, and embarrassed number 76, Scott Conover. Watch this. Here's 93, right in the screen. Conover sets up. Armstrong says, get out of my way. Just right through him. He never even put up a fight.
Paul blitzing, and they pick it up, but Peete is down at the 1-yard line by Jim Morrissey.
They kept in the tight ends, they kept in a back, and they didn't have enough still. They brought 2 safeties and a linebacker.
A loss of 10 yards. They picked up 1 blitzer. They couldn't keep everybody out, not Morrissey.
Watch it come again. Here comes Paul, here comes Carrier, there goes Morrissey, and down goes Peete. Don't underestimate the value of that last play to the Chicago Bears. Donnell Wolford just prevented a touchdown. Look at this herky-jerky coming at you, making moves. Wolford, great open field tackle. There was nobody by him. He gets by Wolford there. He's got open grass all the way to the end zone.
He says he's going to elaborate today about how he felt. He's not a man of many words, but he's putting on a show with his skills. Hasn't broken one yet, but he could at any time. 2nd and 6. Play action, and Peete is down. And that was Steve McMichael, and the 3rd sack of the game by Chicago. And he is slow to get up.
Well, we talked about that rush, having to slow down for Barry Sanders. Here comes the blitz. In the middle, Mike Singletary's blitzing. On the outside, Roper's blitzing. And McMichael gets the scraps up the middle, and he gets the sack. Look at the blitzes. They're all coming. They don't care about Barry. They're going after Rodney. And McMichael's the one that gets the reward.
1st and 10 at the 25. Harry Colin has replaced William White, who is shaken up and out of the game for the Lions. Play fake on 1st down. Harbaugh with some pressure, and wide open is Jennings, the tight end. Keith Jennings with a gain of 23 yards. Melvin Jenkins covering, and the Bears close to midfield.
Well, that throw, Jim Belushi likes it. Jennings got a little ding in the leg. But if you think this throw looks hard, you're right. This is a tough throw. Harbaugh getting some pressure. Dan Owens in his face, lobs it up softly, but accurately enough to get it right in between the zones and hit that big target.
And that big target can move downfield pretty nicely. Keith Jennings.
But you can't keep putting that kind of pressure on your D.
1st down on the 42 of the Lions. Play action and plenty of time for Harbaugh. And out of the backfield, he has Keith Jennings. And a pickup of 7 yards on the play. Making the stop was Benny Blades, the free safety.
We talked in the first half about the patience of Jim Harbaugh and Rodney Peete. And right now, Jim Harbaugh still showing that patience. Jennings in motion, drags him right underneath the linebackers on 1st down. Slides that ball in there. Benny Blades can't get around that big body to knock a pass down. All he can do is tackle it.
Fontenot, though now he's the regular center, with Jay Hilgenberg being traded to Cleveland, is not new to the position. He had 2 starts last year at center and was a starting guard for many games last year. So he is no stranger to the starting offensive line.
He's not a small guy either. I mean, Fontenot bulked up in that Thursday night offensive line dinner. He said Friday morning he was 285.
Ooh. 3rd and 13, handoff to Anderson with the blockers ahead of him. Neil Anderson will have the 1st down for Chicago. Big play on 3rd and long. They kept it on the ground to their meal ticket, and a pickup of 14 yards. Harry Colin making the tackle.
Very simple play, a 2-guard sweep. We used to call this the Bob. Watch the guards. They pull out and they lead in front of Anderson, Bortz, and Thayer. Good crackback block right there by Gentry. Opened it up on the corner, working against Hunter. Good job by the lineman. Great call by Greg Landry in the offense of the Bears.
Anderson now has carried 11 times for 30 yards. And a first down for the Bears on the Lions, 31. Now nearly a minute remaining in the third quarter. And here is Mark Green bursting forward. And he's close to another Chicago first down. Chris Spielman on the tackle. He'll be shy by only a yard.
And right now, they're gashing that on that play, Detroit, right through here. Watch Ball go the wrong way, and that opens up a hole. There goes Ball, and there goes Green, right through the middle, that vacated area where the nose guard should have been.
On their 40-yard line. Pete stepping up, and McMichael gets his second sack of the game, and number 4 for the Bears. So I guess that bruised hip wasn't enough to keep the veteran out for long.
It's been the difference here in the second half. As the defensive line has decided we're going to get pressure. They brought some linebackers before, but this is all D-line. And Mongo, 76, Steve McMichael, gets his second sack of the afternoon.
Lions have a second down and 8 upcoming from the Bears' 43-yard line. And it's Barry Sanders trying to take advantage of a slight opening, and he breaks it, and he'll go all the way. Touchdown, Detroit.
Watch. Through the right side. Morrissey's got a shot. Roper's got a shot. Singletary's got a shot. Carrier had a shot. He let him go, and now you can just forget it.
First and 10 on the 25 for the Bears. Let's see if Harbaugh can bring back Chicago. Muster out of the backfield. And a big play by Muster with Spielman on his heels. And a gain of 18 yards. So Chicago still to be heard from with 9.5 minutes remaining. Waddle or Davis. And a play fake, getting rid of it in a hurry. Well, we said we hadn't seen Wendell Davis, last year's leading receiver, but that's a 28-yard pickup, and all of a sudden the Bears are knocking at the Lion door to the 30-yard line.
And here's a case of an inexperienced defensive back in Harry Colin. Look at Crockett. He dumps him. He knows the coverage. He lets him go. He thinks the safety's behind him. Well, you know what? He wasn't.
Detroit 17, Chicago 10. Neil Anderson with Muster blocking. And he picks up at least 5.
You know one thing this whole possession tells me? This Bear team still has the heart of a champion.
And the give is to Green. Dives forward. Short of a first down by a yard, maybe a yard and a half, but he gets to the 21. Kevin Butler missed his last field goal attempt from 40 yards, and Mike Ditka was enraged. This is a 38-yard attempt to try to bring the Bears closer. And this kick is good. It might have been tipped at the line because it went over end, and it barely made over the crossbar. I don't think Mike Ditka's really enthralled, although he'll take the 3 points.
Look, we talked about Kevin the Enforcer Butler, the terror of Chicago. Look at him getting that defensive lineman's face. Spindler saying, "That's 3, buddy, that's 3.
Rodney Pete trips. He's in trouble. And he's sacked at the 1-yard line by the rookie, Alonzo Spellman. They'll mark it at the 4-yard line. 14-yard loss. And Spellman is welcomed to Chicago Bearland.
Bad decision by Rodney Pete of trying to make something happen here. He's got nothing. He wants to spin. He wants to run. Get rid of it. You don't hold the ball with your back to the end zone like that. You got to get rid of it, and don't be a sitting target.
That is the 5th sack of the game for the Bears. Jim Arnold with not much room again. And Donnell Wolford is back, and a great kick by Arnold. Here comes Wolford. And it was Jim Arnold, the punter. 58-yard kick by Jim Arnold, who made the tackle on Donnell Wolford. But he brings the ball back into Lion territory after a return of 16 yards. 4:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. First down on the Lion 35. Muster's pass is caught by Wendell Davis. First down at the 21. Rocket covered. They get 14 yards on that play.
And Jim Harbaugh goes right to Wendell Davis right away. It appeared he might dump one underneath the Jennings, but no. This is a fired-up Bear offense right now. The Bears and this crowd could have had a face mask there laid on the face mask of...
Second down and 7 for the Bears. Here's Neil Anderson, has some room. Anderson to the 5. Anderson, touchdown.
Obviously, you said the first one was a pass. This is a run, but they collapse the entire right side of the Detroit defense. Then it's just speed. He might have had a sore hamstring last year, but it isn't this year. He really comes through. Look at Waddle. Look at Waddle. Downfield. Melvin Jenkins gets a block. That is the kind of fired-up football we talked about. These Bears were excited, and when your receivers start blocking, your whole team's excited.
Spellman, the rookie, has come in. Pete going deep. He's got Green, and he makes the reception. And out of bounds is Willie Green. How did he make it with 2 Bear defenders on him?
Unbelievable. Lemuel Stinson was right there. He had the ball.
Dent is back in there for Chicago. And a play fake. He didn't listen to you, and the wide open man is Willie Green, and he'll score. Willie Green with a touchdown, and the Lions regain the lead. First and 10 on the 26-yard line. Harbaugh, penalty marker is down in the defensive backfield, and Mark Green makes the reception at the 35, but there's a flag. And it could be broken. Out of the shotgun is Harbaugh on first and 10. Pass is caught by Morris, and he is shoved out of bounds by Sheldon White. Stops the clock with 54 seconds. And a gain of 8 yards.
Or number 82, Davis. Those are the speed guys. Those are the big play guys.
4 wide receivers on second and 2, and pressure. Coper is all over Harbaugh, but the pass is caught by Neil Anderson out of bounds in Lion territory. And a first down for Chicago with 47 seconds remaining.
Harbaugh has not had the pressure on him today that Rodney has. The Lions have not gotten near Harbaugh.
First down. Swings it out to Darren Lewis. Gets by one defender. And out of bounds. 41 seconds. Penalty flag is down. And it's the rookie, Troy Orzine from California. Those are rookie mistakes that can cost you a game. First and 20. And the Lions putting pressure on Harbaugh. He gets away into Detroit territory and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Fine play by Harbaugh as he gets 14 of those yards back and stops the clock with 32 seconds remaining for the Bears. Inside handoff. Darren Lewis. That was a good call on that play. They spread the defense, and Lewis gets to the 31 and a gain of 14, and the Bears will call a timeout. Bears need a touchdown. A field goal won't do them any good. Harbaugh's pass. Wendell Davis to the 10. And another timeout called by Chicago. They are primed right now. A gain of 21 yards.
Coming down into the end zone, end of the game, you've got 2 timeouts and over 20 seconds left. The place to attack is in the middle of the defense, not in the end, not on the sides, and that's right where Chicago attacks with one of their speed guys, Wendell Davis. Big play for the Bears. Now they have have 4 free shots with 1 timeout into the end zone.
Second down and 10. And the pass is caught at the 6-yard line by Ron Morris. And the Bears are forced to use their last timeout.
But where is Tom Waddle? This one play will make up for the ones he hasn't caught today.
All right, again, the same formation. Although Gentry, Waddle, and Davis are all to the right. 4th down, 5 seconds to go. Harbaugh's pass. It's caught. Touchdown, and the Bears are going to win it. Tom Waddle, your man. Only the second catch by Tom Waddle today. But what a catch it was.
We talked about throwing it in the middle. If you throw it in the middle on the last play for 6, you got to throw it to your sure-handed guy, and that is Tom Waddle. Harry Cohen was with him, but Harbaugh throws a perfect pass, and he knows it right there.
What a sensational 4th quarter for Jim Harbaugh. 9 in a row, all at Soldier Field. Harbaugh is a hero, and he's got company. And so for Randy Cross, this is Dick Stockton saying so long from Soldier Field. The final score, the Bears 27 and the Lions 24.
We pick up the action, 10-10 in the 4th quarter, all right? I know you'd like to see the first 3 quarters, but wait till you see the 4th. Barry Sanders held in check. Until now, 1, 2, 3, 4 would-be tacklers. Black head up go. 43 yards, an amazing touchdown. 17-10 Detroit.
You know, you watch Barry Sanders, his skills are so unique. Here he's wrapped up by Roper. You see Singletary coming over, all-pro Mark Carrier tries to make the tackle. He steps right over him, turns on the jets, gets pointed in the right direction, and runs for a touchdown. We'll see another angle of this from the rear, and look at the strength and power of Barry Sanders.
Houdini.
That's not bad.
Houdini, indeed. So 17-10 Detroit. Butler's kicked the field goal to make it 17-13, and here comes Jim Harbaugh. The pass to Wendell Davis, 14 yards. 2 plays later. 1 Pro Bowler scored a touchdown. Try another one. Neil Anderson. Touchdown! Boy, does he have the nose for the end zone, Tommy.
Yeah, when Neil Anderson gets inside that 5-yard line, he just is able to dive, gets a little good block here, but once he gets into that 5-yard area, he's going to get in.
20-17 Chicago, 2:56 to go. Rodney Peete seeing Sanders play Houdini, does it himself. Evades several Bears would-be tacklers and picks up an important 7 yards. Next play, Peete unloads it. Willie Green, 44 yards. How'd he get this ball past Lemuel Stinson?
Ball slides right through Stinson's arms, right into Willie Green's hands, and he's gone.
And Willie is the color of money. Willie Green, Peete to Green, 27-yard touchdown. 1:12 to go. Detroit 24, Chicago 20. Harbaugh comes out firing. They may replace Neil Anderson one day, not this year. One guy who may do it is Mark Green, makes the catch. Now, Ron Morris makes the catch down to the 39. Next play, under pressure, the dump to Neil Anderson, and look at the blocker set up in front. 13 yards, the Bears in Detroit territory. After Chicago penalty, Harbaugh does it himself. Scrambles back into Detroit territory to the 44, 32 seconds to go. Next play, Darren Lewis, down to the 31. Next play, Harbaugh, Wendell Davis down to the 11-yard line, 19 seconds to go. To the end zone, incomplete to Davis, 14 seconds to go. Complete to Ron Morris, down to the 6. Final timeout, 3rd down. Wendell Davis can't hold it. 5 seconds to go, down by 4, gotta go for the end zone. And why are players like Tom Waddle in the league? Because they get open on 4th down like that for a touchdown. The stats will say Waddle, 2 catches, 9 yards. Yeah.
Hoping to avoid wilting in Chicago, the Lions hired a high-paid water boy to keep the troops fresh. Barry Sanders does seem to do it all for Detroit, but even he couldn't prevent a stunning Steve McMichael from going airborne for a sack on Sunday. McMichael recorded 2 of Chicago's 5 sacks as the Bears used a variety of stunts against the rebuilding Detroit line. While rookie Alonzo Spellman's first NFL sack showed his star is on the rise, veteran running back Neil Anderson was determined to prove his star has yet to burn out. Anderson's first of 2 touchdowns helped Chicago build a 10-0 lead. But any arguments that this game was over just didn't hold water, especially when that multi-talented water boy of the Lions could squirt free at any time.
Barry again off the right side, breaks one tackle to the 40, fights free! He's on his way! 25, 20, 15, 10, and he scores! Unbelievable! 43-yard run, he was tied up twice, and he just kept pounding those legs, and he scores, and the Lions have the lead.
Only Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders' remarkable run set the tone for a wild fourth quarter that would see the lead change hands 4 times. And it appeared the Lions would hold it for good when Willie Green put them ahead 24-20 with just over a minute to play.
Play fake, Rodney to throw. Fires, got a man wide open, caught Willie Green to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Lions! Oh my! Rodney Pete to Willie Green for the touchdown.
But in the game's final breathless minute, quarterback Jim Harbaugh drove the Bears 74 yards and had them perched at the Lions' 6 with just 5 seconds to play.
Gets the snap, looks downfield, throws the middle of the end zone.
Tom Waddle's score gave the Bears their 9th consecutive opening day victory and a critical head start in Chicago's quest to reclaim its division crown.